Hey, what's going on, Crypto Army? I'm Travis, your crypto newbie, bringing you my experiences so you don't have to learn things the hard way. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. None of my content should be viewed as financial advice. If you like my content offers, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications so you get notified when I publish new content. It really does help get the content to others that might like it and helps the channel grow. So this video is going to cover material that was already done in another video. I'm just redoing this video so that it's more broadly broadcast to everybody, because I think the content in it was going to be beneficial to people outside of the EverGrow community. Now this video is going to talk a lot about EverGrow Coin, but all the principles in this work for any BEP-20 token. So it doesn't matter if you're talking SafeMoon or EverGrow Coin or Gallon token, anything that's BEP-20, this is going to work for. So it's all the exact same information from the EverGrow Coin video that I did yesterday, the day before, depending on when you watch this. But again, I just want this to be more relevant to everybody else that would benefit from this content, because somebody that's looking for how to buy BEP-20 tokens is probably not necessarily going to be looking for EverGrow Coin specifically, although I think a lot of people are right now. So again, everything that's going to follow is from that video, and it's going to walk you through how to do EverGrow Coin. Just keep in mind that these steps will work for every single BEP-20 token out there. And it will work whether you're buying in a state that allows for BEP-20 tokens or in a state that doesn't allow. Just check out the table of contents to navigate to your scenario. I start off by going through the most common, which is you can buy using Trust Wallet and Pancake Swap. And then I move over to, if you're in New York or Texas or Louisiana or some of the states that don't allow the purchase of BEP-20 tokens, that's where you would want to go. Now, I don't cover the entire process in there. Once you get your BEP-2 converted inside of your Trust Wallet to the Binance Smart Chain, at that point, you would want to backtrack to the video where I cover actually using Pancake Swap to buy whatever token you're trying to get. That's really what the content of this video is directed for, is really just to broaden this video content up to everybody else that wants to know how to buy a BEP-20 token using Trust Wallet. And I hope you enjoy the content from here on. All right, so once you're inside of your Trust Wallet, now I've got $2.50 displayed here for my smart chain. Now, first of all, just a quick orientation on what is BNB and what are the differences. So smart chain is what you need. Now, generally, this is the logo that you're going to see when you're trying to buy smart chain. BNB is a BEP-2 token. Smart chain is a BEP-20 token. Wrap BNB is a BEP-20 token. So Wrap BNB and smart chain, for all intents and purposes, kind of the same thing. So just treat those as being the same. If you need one or the other, generally these will work just fine, either one of them. BNB, however, won't. So if you're looking at BNB and you've got BNB and it's this logo here, it's probably not going to let you do a swap. And not every swap follows this scheme for logos. So sometimes when it has this logo, it'll generally say BNB, but it's actually a BEP-20. And it's really confusing because it should just be a kind of a standardized approach. And I like how Trust Wallet does. Not everybody does that. That's just a Trust Wallet, and there's a couple other places that do it like that to help tell the difference between them. BNB is a BEP-2 token. It's the native token of Binance. BSC, or Binance Smart Chain, is the BEP-20, and it runs on their smart chain side of the house. But you'll notice that the price is always the same between them. So 546.55, 546.55. There is a slight difference with the Wrap BNB most of the time, but it's really just a BEP-20 version of BNB, and it works almost the exact same. But there is a slight difference in price for Wrap BNB. And in my experience, where you need Wrap BNB, BSC will normally work just as well. The only thing I ever buy is Smart Chain. So you'll see 0 and 0. I never buy Wrap BNB. I never buy BNB. There's never a need for it. Except for today, we're going to need to do BNB when we start talking about New York. So this will be a factor today, and I'll walk you through what's going to happen with that if you have BNB. But just to kind of clarify this, and that's my understanding of it. Again, I'm not a complete expert on everything crypto. I was a crypto newbie just like all of y'all. But this is what I put together over my time of doing crypto exchanges. And this way of looking at it works. So if there's a more technical way out there, I have no doubt. But this approach and this way to think of it works just fine. Just realize that sometimes the different platforms don't use the same logos, and it makes it kind of confusing. But I'm going to show you exactly what to do if you get it in your wallet and you can't use it. So that will help you out in that particular situation anyway. So now we want to buy Smart Chain. So we're going to go ahead and hit the buy button, and then we're going to click on Smart Chain. And you're going to be offered two options, and it's always going to tell you the best rate. You've got Simplex or MoonPay. I actually had a comment from a subscriber earlier today, and it said, why MoonPay over Simplex? Well, it depends. Who's going to give you the most BNB for your dollars? And I actually did a separate video on that, and I'm going to put a link to that up here, and you can watch that. I go through MoonPay, Simplex, and also Wire, and using Coinbase wallet. So, because Coinbase wallet has their own way of buying stuff as well, but it's not necessarily going to help us in this particular situation because not all of those allow you to buy Binance Smart Chain. Binance Smart Chain, the easiest way to do it, is one of these two options. And again, go with whoever the best rate is. Now I'm going to back out of here just to make sure that it hasn't changed. If I'm looking down, it's because I'm actually looking at my phone when I navigate some of this stuff. I try to follow the cursor along just to show what I'm doing, but sometimes I forget. That's because I'm actually using my phone for this and just broadcasting it to the screen so I can record it. And as you can see, now MoonPay is the best rate. Now I'm not going to buy 150. I just want 100. So we'll type in 100. And we will hit next. And now it's going to take us to the MoonPay website. And if you haven't already logged in, you'll have to do the entire login process and get registered for MoonPay. They'll keep a record of your transactions, so if you ever need to go back and reference anything, you can do that by going on their website and looking that stuff up, or inside of the browser here, you'll be able to look at everything as well. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to bypass most of that. So now that we're in Trust Wallet and we've got MoonPay all set up and ready to go, you can select your Visa or MasterCard, debit or credit card. Now, in my experience, and it alternates between MoonPay and Simplex. I can't remember which one works with a credit card. I usually have to use a debit card because my bank has issues with how MoonPay or Simplex, I can't remember again which one does it. I think it's Simplex that does the credit card and debit card primarily on MoonPay. But you may run into that problem as well. If you're trying to use a credit card, call your bank if it gets declined or you have issues with it and see if it's on their end. My bank has an issue with how the address is pushed through MoonPay because it needs the address, and I don't think MoonPay pushes the address through, so the bank continually declines it. But it's not a problem with the debit, so debit works. Now what you'll see here is it's constantly refreshing. So you'll see that there's a little bit you can do here as far as trying to get the right price or right amount of BNB for your money, but $3.14 in processing fees. I probably should have shot this video yesterday when there was no fee, and then the network fees. So if you click the unhide fees, you'll see all those fees. Don't forget to check the box here, and then you just hit the buy now, and we'll go ahead and click that now. And it'll go through processing your payment, and then we'll get this. And after that, your transaction is processing. You don't have to wait on the screen. You can actually go back to Trust Wallet and wait there. What I'd like to do is I like to get the information from MoonPay so that I can add the transaction to my ledger that I put together for tracking all my crypto. I put the transaction hash with the actual information about the purchase I did, as well as the date and time, so that it gets recorded correctly for price, because the price shifts, left and right depending on the market that day. So I record all that stuff and put it in there along with all the fees associated with, how much I got, all that kind of information. So I generally record all of that information as part of this process. Now while we wait for that, let's go to CoinGecko, and we're going to need the contract address. Because EverGrow Coin is fairly new, you're probably going to need this. Now, if it's been a while since this video is made, it's entirely possible that EverGrow Coin is already visible inside your wallet and selectable, but we're going to assume that it isn't and do this process for everybody right now. Let's scroll down, and when we get to show info, we're going to click that button. So show info right here, we're going to click that, and then we're going to see the contract information pop up. And we're going to want to click right here for the copy button. And then you'll get a notification that said it's copied. And that copies the contract address so that we can paste it into Trust Wallet and add it in there if we need to. Now let's go ahead and go back to Trust Wallet. By now our BSC should be in there so that we can do the swap. All right, so now we can see that our BSC is in here, and you'll notice that most of these systems have been saying BNB, even though it's BSC, Binance Smart Chain. It'll still refer to it as BNB because it's essentially the same thing. This is just the smart contract variation of it. Now what we need to do is click the dApps button down here, and that'll allow us to open up Pancake Swap. And you'll see Pancake Swap right here, so just click on that. Now we're going to have to click our Connect Wallet up here. So we're going to connect a wallet, Trust Wallet, Connect, and then you can see our balance show up here. And we're going to go ahead and do a max, and then we're going to go here to select currency, and then we're going to look for EverGrow Coin. And it's not there. No results found. And we'll type in EverGrow just to make sure. And no results found. Now we're going to paste that contract address. And then you can see that we found EverGrow Coin. And this is why it's really important to get the contract address from a site that you trust. CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, you can generally trust those. If the contract address is on the website, you should be able to trust the token website as well to get that information. But I generally go to either CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. Now we're going to go ahead and hit the import button right here to import that in. It's going to give you a very important notification. And again, this is why that contract address is so important. Make sure that you're getting it from somebody that you trust, because there are false contract addresses out there. And when you do this entire process, you end up losing all of your money because it wasn't a valid contract address. So just make sure that you're using the correct contract address when you do this process. And if you are, then go ahead and click the I understand button, and then click the import button. And then you'll be able to see an estimate of how much you're going to get for EverGrow Coin. Now we got to do one more thing before we can do this actual swap, and that's adjust our slippage. Now we're going to go up here and hit the little settings button. And now there's two frames of thought. One of them for slippage is that it needs to be higher than whatever the fees are for the token. So for this case, where we've got fairly high fees of 14%, we would want to have anywhere from 16 to 20% in slippage. I've had no problems doing 15%, but a lot of people say 16 sometimes works. 17 is the better option, but you could have to go all the way as high as 20% because of those fees and the amount of time of the transactions. There's a whole bunch of reasons why you have to do the slippage. Now there's another approach as well that says that we can keep it at 0.5. So we're going to close this out and we're going to test it. And all you need to do is for the price here is add a dot and 3 zeros. So we're going to try it. It worked for me once already. So let's see if I can do it twice. Maybe the first time was just some kind of a fluke. But this avoids some of the negative aspects of high slippage. So you potentially get more tokens doing it this way than if you have high slippage. And it'll give you a warning about the possibility of that as well. So if this works every single time, and this is considered a pancake swap hack, is what a lot of people call it. And there's some debate about 0.5% versus a different percentage. I try to do a quick review of what everybody else is doing. The one that I found the most frequently was 0.5%, so that's what I tried, and it worked. Now there's another way that says, instead of adding the 3 zeros, do 0.5% and then just change the last digit to a 1. And sometimes that works as well. This one worked for me, so I'm going to stick with what I already had good luck with. So we're going to go ahead and hit the swap button. So we'll hit swap, and then we'll confirm our swap, or hit the accept the price update. And then we will confirm our swap. And then we will hit the approve button. And there we go, transaction submitted. Now it's just a waiting game to see how long it's going to take. And we will hit close and go back to our wallet. But also, while you're in here, make sure that you disconnect your wallet. You always have to disconnect your wallet from these dApps, as they're called, decentralized apps, every time you're done, because there's a potential that they could be exploited and you could lose all your money. So we will go ahead and do that process. And to do that, we just go up here and we hit the disconnect button right down here. And that'll disconnect us from the dApp. And now we will just go back to our wallet and wait for the EverGrow coin to populate in there. Now you might get back to your wallet, and we'll do the refresh. So it's already gone through, so we've already lost all of our Binance Smart Chain. That's gone now. And then you'll be waiting and you'll realize, hey, what's wrong? I'm not getting my EverGrow coin. Well, it might not be visible in your wallet yet. So what you need to do is go up here and click these buttons here and then add it. Now, I'm going to make the assumption that it's not here, because for most of you, if you scroll through this list, you're not going to find EverGrow Coin. So what you do is, since you've copied that contract address, you paste it. And now I've already got it in my wallet. What you would want to do is add custom token if it doesn't populate. If it populates, then just change this and it'll populate inside your wallet. But let's go ahead and hit add custom token. You want to make sure that you're on the BEP-20, so you're going to click on the Ethereum button there, and you're going to switch over to Smart Chain, and then you're going to go down here to the contract address and paste, and you're going to see it's going to automatically populate. We're not going to do this because I've already got it, so we're going to back out of this. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to show you how much EverGrow Coin I've got, because this is my primary wallet and that's none of your business how much I've got. So that's how you buy EverGrow Coin if you have the ability to buy from within the Trust Wallet. Not everybody has that option. But before we go on, one more thing that comes up all the time is this one gives you reflections or rewards. Just call them rewards. It's easier that way because it's all just income anyway. Some tokens call it reflections, some call it rewards. They're kind of the same thing. It's income. It is really what they are. Now, reflections is supposed to be where you're getting the same token back, so that's why you call it reflections, because it's the same token, versus a reward is something in a different token. It's semantics. It's income is really what it comes down to. For tax purposes, you're going to call you got income, so just call it income or rewards. Either way, it doesn't matter. But anyway, where's your Binance pegged USD? So once again, you're going to look at it and say, where's my Binance pegged USD? Well, did you add it to your wallet? So go back up here, click that little ellipsis thing, and then you can actually search for it, so we'll do that. And you'll see Binance pegged USD. You would have to enable it in order to be able to see it in your wallet. So it's very easy to do, so don't forget that step. All these steps work for every other token that's out there between BEP-20 and ERC. These would be the steps you follow. So let's go back. And we'll back into here. So that's how it works for everybody that has Trust Wallet and you can buy BNB. But what about if you can't? Well, the process is a little more complicated in that situation. And we're going to cover that now. Now, if you live in a state where you can't buy Binance Smart Chain directly through the Trust Wallet, you have to take a little bit more complicated route to getting that into your Trust Wallet. So first step is Coinbase. If you don't have a Coinbase account, go ahead and log in and sign up for a Coinbase account. I use it all the time. It's a great option. Or if you're going to buy Ethereum, this is a good way to do it because it keeps your fees a little bit lower, generally speaking. But Wire is also a good option, and that's in the SafeMoon wallet. Now, what do we need to do? First step is set everything up, and we hit the buy sell button, and we are going to buy Bitcoin. So we've got Bitcoin, and we will select the $100 again. Now you want to make sure you're using your debit card. You'll have instant access to anything you use with your debit card. If you use a bank transfer, it's going to be 5 to 7 days generally, and sometimes a little bit longer, depending on if there's a weekend and that kind of stuff. But it depends on how long you get to wait. If you're trying to do it immediately, then use your debit card. If you're okay with waiting a week or so, then use your bank transfer. I'm going to do $100 in Bitcoin, so we'll preview the buy, and we can see that the price for Bitcoin is high. It's not 100,000 yet, so that's probably a bonus. The Coinbase fee is about $384 for a total of $100, and we will hit the buy now. I don't do reoccurring, so we'll skip that step, and then we just wait. And it's generally pretty quick. Successfully purchased. We've got $100 in Bitcoin. Now the next step we want to do is we want to send this over to KuCoin. And in order to send, we would go up here to hit send receive. We want to send our Bitcoin, and then we need the address. So before we can continue, we need to go over to KuCoin. So let's do that now. Now over at KuCoin, what we need to do is we need to find our address so we can deposit the Bitcoin in there. So we're going to click the deposit button. We want to look at Bitcoin, and this will be my Bitcoin wallet address. So I'm going to copy that, and you can see it said copied up here. So now we have this address. Now we go back to Coinbase. Now once we're back in Coinbase, we just paste that address in the tube. And how much we want to send is 100. And you can see it's going to be approximately $103 to do that. And we will hit continue. And I want to send now. So the time it takes to buy Bitcoin varies, but you can expect it'll take approximately 30 minutes to an hour for the entire verification process to be done before it'll show up in your KuCoin account. So just realize Bitcoin's a little bit slower, so it's going to take a little bit longer than the average coin that you've probably been working with. Now, as you can see, the transaction is done. We've got approximately $100 in there. Now, this is in our main account. And as you can see in the screen, you've got a main account and then you've got a trading account. And we need to get it into our trading account. So what we want to do is we want to transfer it from the main account to the trading account. So we're going to click the transfer button and we're going to reverse this. And we want to transfer all of it. So we're going to click up here, fill it in, and hit the confirm. And that'll move everything from the main account over to the trading account. Successful. And as you can see, we have everything in there. Now what we want to do is we want to trade. So let's go ahead and hit the trade button. And that'll open up the trading options. Now, once we're in here, we want to make sure that it is the right combination. So we don't want Bitcoin and USDT. We want to change that to be BNB. So let's go over here and take a look at Bitcoin. And right there we can see Bitcoin and BNB. So we'll select that. Now I entered in my trading password down here, and I want to click on, you can do a limit. It just takes a little bit longer because you'll set exactly what you want it to buy at, and then you'll get the price that you're looking for. For this, we're just going to use market. So we'll click market, and I want to use 100%. So 100% of my Bitcoin to try to get BNB. And then we just hit the buy button. And it's done. Sorry that was off the screen there. I didn't realize it until I'd already hit it, but I hit the buy button and it's done. So all my BNB except for a little bit is still left. So now back on this page, we click on our trading account and we'll see we have BNB. And we've got approximately $100.51, of which all of it is available. Now we just need to do the exact same thing we just did. So we will go ahead and click the transfer button. And again, we'll go main account. We're going to go everything and confirm. And you can see we have 0 Bitcoin and 0 US dollars in our trading account. And we'll go back to the main screen here and we will see that. And if we click on main account, we will see that we have BNB now here. Now what we can do is we can withdraw our BNB and send it to our Trust Wallet. So we'll go ahead and click the withdraw button. Now we'll need to go up to Trust Wallet and get the address for BNB. Again, this is not Smart Chain, this is BNB, just to be clear, but let's go ahead and take a look at our Trust Wallet. Now that we're back in our Trust Wallet, we need to click the BNB here and we want to receive. So we're going to click the receive button right there, and I'm going to blur all this out, but we need to copy our wallet address. So now it's copied, and we will go back to KuCoin and send the BNB to our Trust Wallet. Now that we're back in KuCoin, let's go ahead and paste our wallet address. And for the network, again, this is going to be BEP-2. I don't need a memo. I want to make sure that it's the maximum amount, so I'm going to hit max. And now that everything's all filled out, all we need to do is hit the confirm button. Memo is not required for Trust Wallet, so all we need to do is hit confirm. And that was successful, so we will go back to our asset overviews, and let's go ahead and take a look at our main account. And there we go. It just takes a second for it to refresh. And now we'll go over to Trust Wallet and see if it's already hit there. All right, now that we're back in our Trust Wallet, we can see that we have more BNB, but it's BNB. And that whole process, we lost probably about $6 or $7 because I lost a little bit of extra in Coinbase. I think it was 103. You can go back and look at the video, confirm exactly what the difference was there. And then I want to say it was $100. So now we're at 95. But again, there's BNB and then there's Smart Chain. This you can't swap. It's BEP-2. It won't work. So what we need to do is we need to convert this over to Smart Chain. And to do that, we just click on it, go to the More, swap to Smart Chain, and hit the 100%. And you can see roughly what I'm going to get is about the same, but there is going to be a fee. So we'll hit the swap. So you can see it's about $2.23 here as well. And you can see BEP-2 and BEP-20. And let's go down and hit the confirm button. Swap successfully completed. and we'll just go ahead and hit the OK button. And now we can go back to our main wallet. And you can see that our BNB is now 0. And it's probably just going to take a second to refresh. And there we go. Now from here, you just follow the same directions from the previous portion of the video on how to get EverGrow Coin, and you are ready to go. And it is that simple. There's been a lot of questions about selling. To sell, and I'm not going to do the sell portion in this particular video. I might do another video to walk you through it, but it's basically the same thing in reverse. If you're in an area where Binance isn't banned, you have it made. It's much easier for you. You use Pancake swap to exchange EverGrow Coin or any other kind of coin that you've got that's a BEP-20 into BNB, and then send BNB to Binance US, and then from Binance US you can actually withdraw into fiat currency. Now, if you're in New York or one of the places where Binance is banned, you need to go to KuCoin, exchange BNB for a crypto that one of your exchanges that does work inside of your state will accept. And Coinbase works for pretty much everybody, so putting it into a form that will work with Coinbase is probably the best option. But I'm not familiar with every exchange that works in every single state, so whatever you're currently using for an exchange to get your fiat in, that's really what you're looking for. But send it to KuCoin, swap it with KuCoin into a supported format, and then put it into an exchange that allows you for withdrawal. That's really the easiest way to do it. But I might do a video on that, but I'm not in New York, so let me know which exchanges you use for depositing and withdrawing currently. That way I can take a look at them and see which ones work best, because it might not be something I use. I haven't had a real need to take any of my crypto out of my wallet, so this isn't something I've explored at this particular juncture, because I just keep reinvesting it and moving it around inside of my wallet. And keep in mind, when you withdraw, that becomes a taxable event. And actually, almost everything I did in this video is a taxable event. Every single one of those swaps was a taxable event. And I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm going to put the link up here for where I cover two things: where to store your information on your transactions to make it easier for doing your taxes at the end of the year. And then also I cover a little bit of the taxation type stuff in that video. I'm going to put that link up there, and I'll also put it at the end of this video, just to make it easier. But if you're not recording all your transactions and all these swaps and everything you're doing, it's going to be a real challenge in about 2 months when it's time to start working on your taxes to get ready for April. Because depending on how much you've been active in the crypto market, it could take you several months to figure everything out if you haven't been keeping records. So definitely worth checking out. I've also got referral links in the description for those websites that I mentioned in the video. If you click on those and register for a paid account, I do get a little bit back. Most of the accounts I reference are free. You can try them out and use them for quite a while before they have to transfer over to a paid account. It varies, but check out the video and that'll walk you through that. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know in the comments what you thought, if there's any questions or any issues that popped up, especially about the 0.5% on the slippage with the 3 zeros added in there. I'm curious to see if that works for everybody. It worked just fine for me twice now, so take that for what it is. Twice is not every single time, but I've talked to a couple people now that said that works really well. Again, if you like this content, don't forget that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications to get notified when I publish new content. It really does help the channel grow. Until next time, stay strong with those diamond hands.